Hello everyone and welcome to another Wizard101 video. Today I'm going to be doing a guide video on how to craft the few crafted spells that are in Wizard101. Now, the first thing you should know for the crafted spells is you need to be a legendary crafter to craft them. Legendary crafter is Zafaria level, so basically you need to get to Zafaria crafting first. Isn't too hard, but it can take a long time with the diamonds and stuff like that. Just, you know, look at the bazaar, you should be fine. Now, once you've done that, there are... First off, you want to get 60,000 gold because each of the recipes cost 60,000 gold. I don't have 60,000 gold and I'm not going to buy one of the recipes, but I'm going to show you where they are. So, the first one is in the Shirataki Temple. I'm obviously going to pause because I'm not going to show me doing the entirety of Shirataki Temple in this guide video, but basically you want to get to the very end of Shirataki Temple because that's what you have to do. I believe, yeah, the guy's at the very end after you defeat the Plague Oni. So I'm gonna pause and I'll show you when I'm there. Alright, so I'm actually pretty happy because I didn't actually need to get all the way to the end of it. Turns out I can just skip like you know, half the dungeon, so that's really cool. And basically, you come into this guy, Master Yan Can Cook, who is behind Iidayoshi over here. Excuse me. And you can see that there are a bunch of spells right here. You can see that there's a lot of the craft spells, and then there's a treasure card for Krampus, because that's really the only way to get the treasure card from Krampus, besides buying at the bazaars to craft it. And, yeah, so as you can see, it costs Amber. Amber is probably a decently hard resource to get in this game. You can only really drop it from like harder bosses. But you know, I've gone over this kind of in my Lore Master video, what spells you should and should not go for. But like Goat Monk would be like a pretty good option for Life Wizard. It's not the best option, obviously. You're going to see the best option in the next dungeon, but like Ninja Pigs is also really good with an enchant that does like 900 at base, which is actually like, this is a pretty powerful spell. Obviously Orthrus is a better option, but if you can craft it at a lower level, there you go. Samurai, but this is where you get it from. As you can see, 60,000 per recipe. But they you know, they are pretty difficult. Like Brimstone Revenant requires 100 diamonds. 100 diamonds is pretty hard to get. I would argue that like Ninja Pigs is probably one of the easier ones to do. Goat Monk is also one of the easier ones to do. It's still hard, but it's one of the easier ones. But that's basically it. Now I'm going to show you where the other one is. I'll just walk there on camera because why not, right? The other one is in Avalon. This is where the spells that you're mostly gonna buy are. Excuse me, because these are the more important ones. So you're gonna come over to this teleported to Dundara right here, and you are going to walk down here past the handsome Fomori over here and to the right. And the reason why you came here is because you need to go to the Weird, and the Weird that's the best way to get to the Weird in this game. So, you come right through here. Excuse me. And the thing that you want to go to is right here, the Dunscaith. There's a boss in here, and you need to defeat this boss before the trader shows up. So, if you have a high level with you and you're teleporting into the high level, just beat the boss with your other wizard in the battle. Boom, you've unlocked the recipe guy in the back, whose name is Grady, I believe. Yeah, Grady. So this is where you're going to want to come for most of the spells. So for example, Deer Knight for death. Deer Knight, you get it from here. Legendary crafter, you craft it. It actually isn't the most difficult recipe. The hardest part is probably the Blood Moss and the Deer Knight treasure cards. The rest of it are kind of meh. Amber is also hard, as I've said. If you're a myth, it's actually not the worst idea to get Grendel's Amends, because Grendel's Amends is actually pretty cool, but it is obviously very difficult to craft. Like, the newer crafted spells are much more difficult to craft. Like, 150 diamonds, that's a lot. 50 flying squid ink, that is a lot. 25 amber, quite a bit. Hammer of Thor is useless. Handsome Fomori is kind of useless. Hephaestus is kind of useless. I'm just going through them, but that spell's kind of useless. Lore Master is good for PvP, so if you can craft that, there you go. Ninja Piglet. Pixie's actually really good. It's probably one of the better healing spells in the game. It's the equivalent of, like, it's Unicorn, but one step up. So, if you're a life, you can craft that, go ahead. The best thing for life is Ratatoskir Spin. The reason why this is so good, obviously, is because it's their only 4-pip hit all spell in the entire game. Obviously, it's a good idea to get this as early in the game as possible. So there you go. They have it. Obviously, though, it doesn't matter what level you are. It's still going to be useful, like, at all times for life to have this. So I would recommend crafting it. But those are the basics of where you get the recipes and shit. My fire, as you can see... Oh, wait, I'm not on my fire. I'm on my balance. Never mind. My balance does not have one of the recipes. But, and that's the basic gist of it. And you can get the reagents from, you know... Amber, you get the most from Cronus. Like, a lot of this stuff. Like, say I wanted to tell you the Deer Knights thing. Springs you can get from transmuting scrap iron, or just simply buy them in the bazaar. Sunstone, transmuting sandstone, or finding them in the bazaar. Ghost Fire you can buy at a recipe vendor. Perfect Onyxes at a recipe vendor. Blood Moss, transmuting red mandrakes are at the bazaar. That's probably going to be the hardest thing for you to find. And 6 Deer Knight treasure cards. I bought them all at the bazaar, but they are very rare, so watch out for that. Amber, I recommend Cronus is the best way to get this. The reason why is because Cronus is decently easy. He drops the Blade of Felt Titan, which is good for level 90s, and he also drops this pretty frequently, which makes him a decent boss to farm for this. But there are a lot of bosses that drop Amber, so if you're looking for Amber, just go to the Wizard101 wiki and look at it. But that's basically it for this episode. Just going over where to find the crafted spells in the game and how to craft them. It's really easy. Then you just come over to a card crafting station like right here and go to the spells section. Boom, you craft it. Find most of the things at the bazaar. That's it. So if you enjoyed, please drop a like and hit the sub button. I appreciate all the support I've been getting recently. Sub count and views have definitely been growing. So yeah, I'll see you then. Have a fantastic day. Thank you all for watching.